new Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram, we hope you give us a chance to earn your business. Here's some things to consider. Fletcher Dodge has been family-owned dealer here in Sherwood for over 25 years. We know how to take care of our customers to keep them coming back. Every Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram dealer pays the same price for their vehicles. It's the dealer that makes the difference. We'll give you the best deal up front. No haggling, no arguing. We make it easy to buy a new vehicle, and we'll pay you more for your trade-in. Compare our deal to anybody's, and you'll buy from us. Come see us today for the deal of a lifetime on new Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram. At Frank Fletcher Dodge, you'll always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. And we promise you a hassle-free buying experience. We want to be your dealer for life. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Just tell us what you're looking for and we'll make you a deal. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
This is Trey Schapp. Tune in each Friday morning at 5:30 right here on The Buzz as I bring you From the Short Grass, presented by UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. If you like to hear interesting stories about the game of golf, this is for you. You can also find it wherever you get your podcasts.
Southland Casino Hotel presents a Harlem Gatsby New Year's Eve. Velvet and Vice meets Flappers, Feathers, Fortune, and live entertainment all night long. Wednesday, December 31st from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. 25 winners will share $16,000 free play or cruise into 2026 in a BMW X3. Then, January 1st through 3rd, the $1 Million New Year Roar. 75 hourly winners share $75,000 free play. And at 10 p.m., 15 winners will be selected to receive free play for a year. Only at Southland.
Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help, quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
If you own a home and need cash, you can unlock thousands of dollars from your home equity quickly and easily. Call LendGo today at 888-602-1580. At LendGo, you can find out how much cash you could get with a home equity loan in just 2 minutes. It's free, there's no obligation, and it won't affect your credit score. Use the money for anything. Pay off high-interest debt or just give your budget some breathing room. Call 888-602-1580 today.
If you've been waiting to try learning a new language with Babbel, now is the time. For just a few more days, you can unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription at our largest discount of the year. Where will Babbel take you? Find out at Babbel.com. Y una cosa más. This is your last chance because our biggest sale of the year ends on December 7th. For just a few more days, you can get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cold drinks and dueling pianos. Deep Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays and DJs spin on Friday and Saturday nights. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
Howie, it is Christmas time, and how is Robert Irwin Jewelers going to make it stress-free for everyone?
All you got to do is get to Robert Irwin Jewelers. We've got great gift ideas.
Like what?
We got a 3-carat lab-grown diamond tennis bracelet. It's only $1,199. And guess what, Danny?
What's that?
You're going to get a free pair of matching diamond stud earrings. On Christmas morning, when she opens up that box, you're going to be the hero.
Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices, Robert Irwin Jewelers, or online at rijewelers.com.
While supplies last, now open Sundays.
Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
All right, here we go. Off to a late start. Better late than never, right?
Late but great.
Well, Yeah, that's right. We'll make this a great 1 hour. 2A game went a lot longer than I was expecting. Joe, we were talking in the press box before the game started that this might be a 2-hour game because both teams like to run the ball so much. But what happened, they ran the ball effectively, and they were getting a lot of first downs. So clock stops after a first down, had a couple of injury timeouts. You throw in a TV timeout once a quarter, and next thing you know, you look up and the game is 2 hours and 40 minutes long. Not as bad as last night. The 8-man game went 3.5 hours, Joe. We wouldn't even hardly had a show if it was the 8-man today.
Oh, we wouldn't have. We wouldn't have.
No.
We would have made the call, just switch over, and then come back and do it again. We see you next week.
Yeah, but anyway, it went a lot longer. But Cross County, congratulations to them. If you're just tuning in, they win the 2A state championship over EPC, 20-14. Your final score. They get a little revenge. EPC beat them earlier this season, 20-16. And they scored with about the EPC got the ball with the length of the field to score to beat them in the regular season. This time, Cross County has the ball 4th and 4 late in the game from about their own 30, or from the opposing team's 30. They go for it, and they get it. Coach said, look, I wasn't going to give them the ball back on purpose. You know, they've already beaten us once with the last drive. We were trying to finish the game. They were aggressive, got the first down, took some knees, ball game. Fantastic game to get us started today. We'll have the 7A championship at 6:30 between Bryant and Bentonville, and then we're back here tomorrow for the 6A and the 5A game. So great start for the high school football, and they had a lot of Razorback news today. Reports, anyway. Reports are Tim Cramsey, the offensive coordinator at Memphis, will follow Coach Silverfield to Arkansas and be his offensive coordinator. Makes a ton of sense to me. They obviously work well together, and when you're a head coach that's an offensive-minded guy, you want an offensive coordinator that you trust, that you work well together, you're on the same page. So it made sense to me. I figured that's what would happen, and there's a report out that Larry Smith, a wide receiver coach, is another guy that they're targeting to bring on board. And on the defensive side, I think it was CBSSports.com reporting Ron Roberts, a defensive coordinator, the last 2 years at Florida. Before that, he was at Auburn, so he's got a lot of SEC experience. The Arkansas is targeting him. No deal done specifically yet, but it looks like Ron Roberts is the leading candidate to be the defensive coordinator. And you know our buddy Brian Edwards is a big Gator fan. Joe, I texted him this morning. I was like, what would you think if Ron Roberts was hired as Arkansas's defensive coordinator? And Brian texted me back and said, defense kept us in games early this year, sort of ran out of gas, and injuries didn't help late in the season. He had defense playing good late last year. He didn't have Caleb Banks, the preseason first-team All-American defensive tackle, for all but 2.5 games this season. So injuries played a little bit of a toll, but kind of got the seal of approval from a Gator fan, Brian Edwards, on this hire if it does happen. So I like it. You know, some experience in the on the defensive side, coaching in the SEC, last 3 years in the SEC. You know, I think maybe fans were wanting a bigger name hire, a splash hire, but I think when they look up Ron Roberts, they'll go, okay, not bad. We'll take it.
Yeah, the fact that he does have plenty of experience within the conference. And then Florida, as Brian mentioned, their defense was the staple of this team, and that's what you would look at in the beginning at that Florida team to say that was probably the strength of their team until they got some receiver help and got going a little bit on offense as the season went on. But, yeah, their defense, they were one of the best, if not the best, for a time early in the season in SEC play.
We're going to try to pack a lot in this hour. We've got Lee Sterling coming up in about 10 minutes or so. Joe and I have to make our picks. We've got to make it official, and we got to do what's trending. Let's go ahead and jump into it and see what else is going on out there.
What's Trending in Sports is brought to you by Arkansas's own West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee, the Razorbacks, and their 1.5 million farmers around the globe. It's fall, so now it's time for your team to stock up on coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
Thursday night football, Cowboys-Lions. Lions come away with the win.
To the end zone, open touchdown. Isaac to Slaw. Gibbs. You can only bottle him up so long. Touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs, 3 touchdowns in that game. David Montgomery had another rushing touchdown. And on Cowboys' side, CeeDee Lamb, he had a concussion, and that kind of slowed them down offensively. But also, maybe some blame was placed in certain places. Richard Sherman, he was really vocal about putting blame on George Pickens last night.
George Pickens throughout the game, especially late in the game, just looked uninterested in playing football. And that's what you can't have. If you're going to be a superstar, if you want to be the best receiver in the National Football League, you can't ever be disengaged. It doesn't matter if the game's going your way or not going your way. You can't just disappear in these games or else you're not going to have impact. And just right here, cruising routes. You're the guy. You're the guy. CeeDee Lamb is not in this game. He's out, and you get intercepted on your slant routes, and you can't be the guy and half-ass it. And I'm sorry, that's just, you can't, it's unacceptable. And if you're the Dallas Cowboys and you're looking at him and you're looking to pay him big-time receiver money, $40 million, you got to look at this tape and say, hey, is this a guy we can trust paying $40 million to show up regardless of circumstance? I don't know.
Wes, were you able to stick to the plan last night, stay away from everything, and watch the game from the beginning?
Joe, a funny story. So I'm doing the game, stayed off my phone. No one said a word. No one texted me. I got home, and I was making a little tweet for my show. I was scheduling it for tomorrow morning, and as soon as I hit schedule, the first tweet that came up was the score. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I went 4 hours without seeing the score. I get on Twitter, and I'm not even scrolling through Twitter. I'm just making a tweet. I'm scheduling a tweet for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the first thing after I hit schedule pops up, the score. And I'm like, well, I'm not watching that crap. So I didn't watch it.
And then
I hadn't seen the play.
They made a comeback, though.
No, it was over. It was final. I didn't get home till 11 o'clock last night.
Gotcha,
That game went
gotcha.
3.5 hours.
Oh, yeah. No, well, at that point, you probably weren't going to watch anyway, even if you didn't see the score.
Oh, no, I was.
You were going to watch the full game, or you were just going to kind of scroll through?
I would have probably scrolled through and watched some of the key plays and watched all the second half. But
you know what, though?
I haven't seen a thing.
And Prime has that option where you can just go to key plays, but at the same time, it probably would have had the score attached to it. So, I mean, it would have been a losing situation altogether. Another battle coming up this weekend, Ravens-Steelers. Here's Roquan Smith, Ravens linebacker, talking about battling for AFC North.
At the end of the day, if you told me week 14 at the beginning of the season, you'll be tied for first place, you control your own destiny, I'm signing myself up for that every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So, and I'm sure each and every guy can attest to that in the locker room, and I think that's what it's more so about. Forget everything that's happened, because the only thing that matters right now is what it is this week versus Pittsburgh at M&T Bank, whatever time it is, that's what matters.
Pat Freiermuth, Steelers tight end, he was asked about lack of opportunities and reduced snaps and how he feels about it.
Obviously, it's frustrating, but at the end of the day, I have complete faith in Arthur, and we have a good relationship and understanding what his thoughts were for the game plan. And I don't lose too much sleep over it. Just got to be able to understand my role, and hopefully it changes going forward. And, we just got to be able to go out there and just do what's asked of me.
Another battle this weekend. Texans-Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes says that no one in that Chiefs locker room is hanging their heads, and just kind of they still feel like they have a good chance at winning and getting to where they want to be.
How tough has this been to go through for the veterans, guys who've expect success, have had so much success?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tough in the sense that we like to win. I mean, I know we all know it's a process, and we all know that we have to just continue to give ourselves a chance and continue to get better. But when you have a lot of guys that like to win, and it's tough when you lose, and so we'll continue to push. I think that's one thing that makes us great, is that no one's hanging their head. Everybody's ready to go out there and try to prove ourselves this next week. And this is another great opportunity. It's a great opportunity at Arrowhead to showcase that who we think we can be the rest of this season. But it's going to start with Sunday.
Here's Texans head coach DeMeco Ryans on Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Patrick is still Patrick. He's call him Houdini. He finds a way to make plays all over the field. That's why this team has always been a threat. That's why they're their games are always close because of Patrick and his capabilities of extending plays, and not just to run plays, not to run the football, but the way he extends plays, the way he finds his guys down the field. It's unique, right? There's not many guys in the league that can do it how Patrick does it. That's why he's a special player. The guys he played with, they know where he's looking. They know what to look for, so they're connected. Although it may seem like they're scrambled plays, they're connected and coordinated in where they're finishing, and Patrick knows the spots. So you just have to be aware. And now with that threat as well, he can run the football, gain third downs in those critical moments as well. So it's going to be a challenge as always with the 4 guys rushing. Got to do a great job of having awareness, knowing where he is. And the guys in the back end, you got to cover him twice, because he can extend plays and they can go on and on and on. You have to be aware of the guys in your zone, your area, and you have to stay on them.
Bears take on Packers, another big-time division battle, and here's Bears head coach Ben Johnson on that Packers defense.
It's a good team, man. They're playing good football right now. They've really come on, especially these last 3 games. Offense is playing at a high level. Quarterback is very accurate. And so we got a challenge on that side. And then this defense, I think I said it yesterday, it might be the best defense we've seen all year. So all hands on deck. It's going to take all 3 phases.
Aaron Glenn, Jets, they're struggling on defense, which Aaron Glenn is a defensive-minded coach, and he said it's really disappointing that they haven't gotten more interceptions in a turnover category this year.
Anytime the ball's in the air, everything should be a pick. So, we don't have a true number in mind. I don't know what team look at, we want to have 20 picks. The thing is, anytime the ball's in the air, we want to have it, but it's disappointing, that we don't have interceptions, because that's, coming from, what I've always played, you expect those things to happen. But, man, we really have to work on that. We have to be able to see the ball. When zone coverage, you got to see the ball. You got to be able to break on the ball. When you're in man coverage, you got to be able to play with your back to the quarterback and be able to react to the ball when it's in your vicinity of where you're at playing the man. So it's really puzzling. It really is. But, listen, we're not going to hang our heads. We're going to continue to fight to try to see if we can get them.
Other NFL news, Kyler Murray is not going to play another snap this season, so his future is in doubt there with Arizona Cardinals, and we'll see where Kyler Murray ends up next year. Penn State, they look like they're figuring out their coaching situation. Matt Campbell, they're trying to get a deal finalized with him. But here was another coach, Kalen DeBoer, on speculation about Penn State and him turning it down.
What do you think when people link you to the Penn State job and say that you and your family aren't happy at Alabama?
Yeah, we are extremely happy at Alabama. It's the first time I've been asked, so I appreciate you, Charlie. And we're extremely happy here. Love the challenge, love the grind, love this place. And there's never been any link. There's never been any conversation. There's never been any interest either way. And so I'm glad we can put that to bed right now.
That'll do it for what's trending. We'll come back on the other side after a short break and talk to Lee Sterling. Stay tuned. Out of Bounds.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
This is Sports Center.
The high school football state championships have begun. Last night, Cedar Ridge takes down Woodlawn by a score of 74-38 to get their first championship in school history in the 8-man championship game. Today at noon on The Buzz, it's the 2A championship game as Cross County takes on EPC. And then tonight, it's one of the big ones, Bentonville and Bryant. 2 undefeated teams square off in the 7A championship game. Tomorrow in the 5A championship game, it will be undefeated Joe T. Robinson taking on the Lakeside Rams. And finally in 6A, it'll be Kane Archer and Greenwood facing off against Shiloh Christian for the 6A championship. Every game can be heard right here on 103.7 The Buzz. It also can be streamed on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and X. I'm Josh Neighbors for The Buzz Radio Network.
Hey, it's David Basil from my good friends at Bath Fitter. I've been working with Bath Fitter for over a decade now. They're a family-owned business that's been around for over 40 years. They are the pioneers of the acrylic bath industry. Bath Fitter offers a one-of-a-kind remodeling process that's easy and stress-free. They offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers, and with their seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you can refresh your shower space in no time. They can even convert your existing bath into a shower. Check them out online at bathfitterlittlerock.com and tell them Basil sent you.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poen, founded over a decade ago by Daniel and Vanessa Ellison. They lease and sell trucks, trash carts, roll-off dumpsters, and street sweepers. Proud to be Arkansas's only authorized dealer for New Way refuse trucks and Timco street sweepers, your authorized dealer for Galfab roll-off and hook lift trucks. You can get parts and service for all makes and models with technicians traveling the state to take care of you. AME, it's the service after the sale.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio. Gwatney Chevrolet. Driving, trust every mile.
Welcome back. It is Out of Bounds on this Friday. A little late because of the 2A state championship game, but we are ready to roll, and we're going to talk with Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com. He joins us on Fridays. A little late today, but that's all right. What's up, Lee? How are you?
I'm good. I got to be honest with you, a little upset Tuesday night when I saw the college football selection show, and I saw that Arkansas and college football head interviewed, claiming that Alabama jumped up because of their tough win against Auburn. I mean, I was like, I literally, my jaw almost hit the ground. I mean, it was
Vanderbilt's penalized for beating Tennessee and knocking them out of the top 25, and that's no longer a top 25 win. But yet Alabama gets credit for beating a bad Auburn team. That didn't make any sense.
A 5-17. And he said that Honey Yurchik said they were tough at home. They didn't win one conference game at home. So, I mean, talking about them taking the 17-point lead, last time you got to play 4 quarters. And let's be honest. The SEC and ESPN are in bed together. And Miami probably beat their opponent, a ranked opponent, worse than even Vanderbilt. I mean, Pitt was ranked. They beat them up. I don't even know if Pitt's going to have spring football.
Well, let's talk about some of the championship games we got this weekend. Let's start in the ACC. Virginia taking on Duke. I was looking on Bet Saracen. Yeah. Virginia is favored by 4.
Yeah. So Virginia beat them the first game, dominated. I mean, Virginia is really strong. And then it kind of leveled off. And with that game, they put everything back in motion. And they dominated that game 34-17. Duke did. I mean, Duke's really good. But I think this Virginia defense is even decent. I mean, they had 4 in the first game. I think they're going to get enough pressure here to stall some drives, and I'll Virginia here, 31-24.
SEC championship game, Georgia, slight favorite over Bama.
I know that Alabama dominates the series. They've won 10 of 11, but most was with Nick Saban. Best game of the season, I thought when they went into Georgia, it ended their 33-game winning streak. Plan for Georgia last week against Georgia Tech was win the game, and then just get out of the game without injuries. Alabama keeps getting key players injured. They could be down 4, 5, 6 starters for this game. So I think that Georgia's getting better since that first game. I think that game's almost like a home game here. I think Georgia's going to lay it on them here, 35-20. We might have chaos Sunday about 11 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, they're not going to penalize Alabama for losing a championship game, and they're Alabama. They'll get in. I don't think it's chaos. I think we know what's going to happen. I do not know what's going to happen in the Big Ten Championship. Ohio State, Indiana. Ohio State favored by 4, according to Bet Saracen.
Yeah, and Ohio State's whole goal was the last 5 weeks, get ready and take care of Michigan. When they won the national title. Indiana was, trust me, they were preparing for 2 weeks for this game. They were preparing for Purdue. This kid, Fernando Mendoza, really good. If it was played outdoors and it was snowing and windy, then they might be limited a little bit. But it's indoors. I think they're going to have close to half the fans here. This is a once-in-a-lifetime event here for these Indiana fans. And do a number, believe it or not, on the number 1 defense in the country. Give me Indiana outright. Well, team favorite, 27-24.
Colts. Oh, yeah, that is it's going to be a game, 1-2.
Yep.
Colts going on the road to take on Jags, and Colts are a slight 1.5-point favorite, according to Bet Saracen.
Home underdog, they've won 10 straight. I've heard it, la-di-da-di-da. I think Indianapolis is a much better team. I think they can throw and run the ball better. Slew a cluster of injuries in the offensive line. They're going to be down to the game time decision. So I think this Indianapolis front is going to have its way with Jacksonville here, and there's here in Trevor Lawrence. They're just not seeing eye to eye here, unless they can use the run to set up play action. They're in trouble. Indiana finally ends the streak here. The Indianapolis Colts win 27-20 over the Jags.
Hey, Lee, no concern about Daniel Jones and the injury he's been dealing with? Because he doesn't seem to.
But I don't think they would. If it was that bad, they wouldn't let him play. So I think he's going to be fine this week. So first, probably he does have a little bit of pain and discomfort, but I think he would tell him also if he couldn't give it a go. So I think he's going to be fine this week.
Last night, Cowboys had their back up against the wall, and they failed to get it done, losing to just disappointing. Just a rough loss against Detroit. Now, Chiefs are in the same position, and they played on Thanksgiving, but they have a little bit more rest. Chiefs must win against the Texans at home. Do the Chiefs get it done?
Top 5 quarterback. They're going to say C.J. Stroud, top 10 quarterback. Total's 42. Oh, we can get a 23-20 game easy. But Houston offensive line, bottom 5 in the NFL. Kansas City line is so beaten up, they're bringing guys up off the pass. That might even have it is not Kansas City top 5. Steve Spagnuolo knows how to game plan against an offensive line like this. I'm going to 2 points. Better way to approach this game and win the bet.
Game of the week, Lee, is Packers-Bears. Packers hosting Bears. Now, according to Bet Saracen, this is a 7-point line where Packers are favored by 7. Does that half point make a difference for you and how you feel about either way on this game?
Numbers, like 3, 4, 6, and 7. So if I like something enough, I'll buy the line down or buy it up. But I think there's one easy side to this game here. So if you want to get this game, Packers and Bears, whoever thought this game would be for the division lead, you could have won a lot of money in Las Vegas. So if you want to get the Packers and Bears on me, just call 800-400-9741. First 5 callers are going to get it for free. 800-400-9741, and we have been on a run here. We won all Thanksgiving weekend long, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, passed on the Monday night game, but you want to get involved in the NFL, we're on a 17-1 run the last 11 weekends. So here's your way. Double down December. Every single game from tonight, and we've got 3 of the 4 games going tonight. You're going to get every game in college, 2 college football playoff weekends, all the college bowls, over 33, 34 that are going to take place in December, and also the NFL. The next 4 weekends, our top 5 plays every single Sunday. Normally $4.97. Use coupon code SAVE100, just $397. Put that in the coupon box when you're checking out. Or huge UFC card, pay-per-view from Vegas, going tomorrow night. 7 selections, just $47, and a very rare 40 to 50 unit max wager. Check it out, and a bunch of other free pick videos. Just one place, ParamountSports.com.
Awesome stuff. Can't believe you picked against the Cowboys, but you know what? Sorry. It's better to make money.
I'm getting engaged next summer, so 2 weeks in 2-3 years isn't easy.
Lee, thank you. Hey, and thanks for a real schedule for us today.
No championship and semifinal games that are being carried, so we will work around it. Make sure I get on the air. Got a great following there from all your listeners, and going to be in the college and the NFL. That's why I wanted to get the information to them, and hopefully want to come on.
Hey, real quick, your thoughts on Silverfield coming to Arkansas from Memphis, and Ron Roberts, the defensive coordinator at Florida, reported maybe the new defensive coordinator.
I think it's decent. I think that he was obviously not the number one choice, but I think that he's growing on me, and I didn't love him the first couple of years, but he was dealing with a lot of injuries with his team this year. So and I think he's going to do a solid job. Just got to get the right, like I said, the right guys around him, and pretty strong. I mean, if you start off and you lose a couple games, I think that the boosters, want to have a say-so. They want to be heard. And if he listens to them and gets them involved, there's a chance to win. There's a lot of new coaches. Whoever gets off to a good start, going to have the leg up, and they got to support them. What kind of budget do you think they're going to have for NIL next year? Have you heard any numbers floated around?
Well, not any numbers, but Hunter Yurchek, the athletic director, did say yesterday that they have got a significant increase in financial support that will take them into the top half of the SEC. And it was believed they were ranked number 14 in the SEC in financial support. So that's a significant jump to me to go from 14 to the top half.
Yeah, you need the support. You got to evaluate them and coach them up. And, I mean, you see some teams like Vanderbilt, they did have some help, obviously, with NIL, but they were coaching those kids up. And you look at the end of the season, they're a machine right now. I would not want to face them. So that's a big part of it. And hopefully they get it straightened out. When not football is good, I think college football is better for it.
Lee, thank you. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
It's Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com. And you can follow him on Twitter, Paramount Sports also. All right, we've got Lee's picks. How about our picks, Joe? You want to make some picks?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And it's interesting how Lee went about those games, just kind of thinking, how I was already thinking about picking or already have picked according to, how he's picked. So it's really interesting there. But we'll start with American Championship, North Texas at Tulane. And this is one of the few championship games that's actually played at a campus site. So Tulane, home team, they're hosting on their home field.
A couple of coaches that are going to be leaving here soon. Of course, Morris will be going to Oklahoma State, and Summerall headed to Florida. That's a kind of an intriguing part of this. How do the teams react to it, if they react at all? I do like the fact that Tulane's playing at home. I'm going to go with Tulane. I'm going to go with Summerall in this.
Yeah, we agree on that. I think it does seem like a game that could go either way based on these teams. North Texas is really explosive on offense. Tulane has shown a bit of that at times this year. But, yeah, home team, give them a bit of an advantage there. Big 12 championship, BYU, Texas Tech. First time, this game was really close. Texas Tech came away with a win. I'm going with Texas Tech to come away with a win once again.
I just watched a championship game that was won in the trenches, and that was Cross County. When Danny Beal, by the way, the future Razorback, had 2 sacks and several nice plays, tackles for a loss, but it was more than just Beal. It was the entire defensive line. Their offensive line dominated. I think that's what wins it for Texas Tech. They spent a lot of money in the portal on their defensive line. They create problems, mismatches. They dominate the line of scrimmage. I agree with you, Joe. I'm going Texas Tech.
SEC championship, Georgia, Alabama.
Yeah, the injury to Alabama, what's it, the left tackle that's out now for Alabama. I know Georgia's got an injury also, but I think Georgia's playing better than Alabama. I feel like they have gotten better week after week after week. I know the numbers. Alabama always, they're 10-1 against Georgia, right, in the SEC championship game, and that it was because of a couple of injuries to their wide receivers. But I think Georgia's the better team. I think they end that streak, and Georgia wins the SEC title.
I like Bama just simply based on I think that Bama, when it comes to this matchup, you can see other games that maybe if you do some score comparisons or just comparisons of how each team looks, Georgia does look like the better team, but sometimes it's just based on matchups. And with this matchup, seems like Bama always is a good matchup, or Georgia seems to be a good matchup for Bama, and Bama being able to play a really good game. So going with Bama here. Big Ten championship, Indiana, Ohio State. I am going with number 2, Indiana here. Think that they'll find a way. They'll find a way to get it done. With as good as Ohio State is, Indiana just finds a way.
I've been torn on this game, thinking about it all week, back and forth, and I was going to pick Indiana just because I like them. I like watching them. I love the Curt Cignetti story. But Lee just convinced me to go with Indiana. I think he made a great point. That's such a huge emotional win for Ohio State to beat Michigan. And a lot of times during the year you see in these rivalry games there's a letdown the next week. And I know this is a little different because it's not just a regular season game. This is a championship game for the Big Ten. But it's human nature. I think and that could be the difference. Just that small edge right there. This is a Super Bowl game for Indiana, and for Ohio State, they just came off their Super Bowl. So I'm going to go and roll with Indiana too.
You threw the change up there. It seemed like you were going all in on Ohio State. But, all right, so let's go to the next game here. Duke, Virginia, ACC Championship.
I like this game. I think, in fact, I may put a little something on it. I was surprised the line was so low. I think Virginia wins this game by double digits. They're just the better team than Duke. I like their offense. I like what they've been doing also. I've watched a couple of their games. So I'm going to go with Virginia, and not only to win, but they cover this game, and I think it's an easy cover.
All right. So, yeah, we'll agree there. Virginia comes away with the win. Titans at Browns. So, Wes, just to let you know, when it comes to NFL games, ones that we pick throughout the season, we make it a point to pick every team at least once throughout the season. Last team that we had not picked, and usually we get it out of the way early, but Titans were the only team that we had not made a pick for this year, and they do actually have another game coming up where they'll play against the team where it should be a good matchup and maybe they have a chance to win. But Titans at Browns, I'm taking Browns, and at one time it looked like these were going to be the top 2 quarterbacks picked in the NFL draft. We know that Cam Ward went number 1 overall, but Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward were thought at one time to be top 2 quarterbacks going into the draft. They'll be facing off this week.
Yeah, and Cam Ward's been playing better, but I don't like him going into Cleveland, the dog pound, that defensive line. I think they'll tee off on him. It's going to be they'll make him look like a rookie, and the Titans defense not nearly as good. I think Shedeur's going to be just fine. I go with the Browns too.
Colts at Jags.
This is a tough one, honestly. What's the line on this? It's got to be pretty close, right? Pretty tight.
Yeah, let's see what it is.
Well, Lee picked this game.
Yeah, it's
Colts
one
are favored
and a
by
half.
1.5.
Yeah. According to Bet Saracen.
The Colts are a road favorite. Flip a coin. The Colts have been struggling. I'm going Jags.
Yeah, I'm going Jags also, going with the home team there. Even though, listening to Lee, he talked about some of the injuries they have, and also that maybe they have a problem with stopping some of the strengths of what Colts do in running the ball, but still think overall Jags get it done. Steelers at Ravens. Both teams 6-6 and trying to take a step forward AFC North. I'm going to go with the quarterback who you can depend on a little more at this time. Both quarterbacks are injured, but going Ravens. Lamar Jackson looks like he's struggling a bit also, but looks a little more dependable overall.
And I keep thinking as the weeks go by, he'll get a little bit healthier, feel a little better, just a little better, and at some point he'll get back to closer to his old self. I got to go with the Ravens, too, at home.
All right, Bears-Packers.
I've picked against the Bears all year and been losing, so I'll keep picking against them. I'm going with the Packers at the house. At Lambeau, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Bears. This is going to be a game where you run the ball, and Packers do have the better defense, but I think with that Bears run game, they'll find a way. So going Bears there. Texans, Chiefs. Texans playing really good from a defensive standpoint, but Chiefs, we know that their offense is dependable, and especially with Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes in these must-win games, sometimes they'll find a way. It hasn't happened as often for them this year, but I'm going with the better defense here, going Texans. Well, Chiefs' defense is really good too, though, but the defense is playing better, Texans.
Okay, I'm going to go with the Chiefs at home. I think they win out and make the playoffs. And I'm not going against Patrick Mahomes. Texans on the road have gotten better. They've won a couple of road games, but I'm going to still go with the Chiefs. I think Lee nailed it. I didn't realize the over-under was at 42. I think it is a low-scoring game, like a 17-14 type game. That's only 31 points, and so you got an extra touchdown, extra 10 points to work with. I like that pick a lot. But in a low-scoring game, one-score game where the Chiefs have struggled all year, I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win a one-score game. That doesn't make any sense, Wes, but I can't pick against Patrick Mahomes at home. I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
All right, that sounds good. That'll wrap it up for picks this week. And with those championship games, makes it that much more interesting.
It's going to be a great weekend of football. I mean, that's what we do up here at War Memorial Stadium on Saturday when the games are in between games. We got all the championship games on, and usually there's a TV on somewhere that you can watch even during the game. Watch some of these championship games. It's going to be a great weekend, and it all starts tonight. So got games tonight, tomorrow night, and NFL Sunday and Monday. And don't forget about the high school games. We can talk more about those coming up. We'll wrap this thing up. I'm at War Memorial Stadium. Joe's back in the studios. Last segment of the week. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Honey, wake up. Santa's sleigh is on the roof.
Not a sleigh. It's a brand new Lincoln. And you can win your own during Southland Casino Hotel's Here Comes Santa promotion.
How do we win?
Earn entries starting November 1st to win your share of over $550,000 in free play and prizes. And don't forget the grand prize drawings on November 29th and December 27th to win a brand new Lincoln.
Come on, honey. Let's navigate to Southland.
Tell your friends about Here Comes Santa at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
I'm Kyler Sanson. Me being in the construction industry and having 2 young kids at home, health insurance is vital. I got a call saying that my plan was going to be canceled at the end of April. Got on the phone with Farm Bureau and I got in touch with an agent. Took me about 30 minutes, and then about 3 days later, I was approved. So with Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas, I'm saving close to $300 a month. You cannot find this plan anywhere else. Get after it and get it.
Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas. Trusted coverage, personalized plans, affordable premiums. Learn more at arfbhealthplans.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Oaklawn is here for when you want real action, and the wait is over. Live racing is back. Every weekend brings big moments, big crowds, and your chance to feel the thrill of a big win. The holiday racing season begins Friday, December 12th, and runs through January 4th. Then the excitement returns with the classic racing season, January 30th through May 2nd. It's racing, it's winning, it's everything you've been waiting for. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Kyle Stone in Pine Bluff, Justin Stewart in Malvern, or Drew Self in Hot Springs today.
Mike Rowe here with a name everyone should know, Groundworks. The foundation and crawl space repair experts are coming soon to Little Rock. So if you've got a musty crawl space or cracks in your walls, these are the guys to call. And right now, Groundworks is hiring for all positions. If you're looking for a career, Groundworks is the place to do it. You can go from installer to foreman in under a year and become an owner of the company you work for. Apply now at groundworks.com/careers.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hi, I'm Steve Edwards Jr. with Edwards Food Giant and Edwards Cash Saver. Christmas season is upon us, and with that comes all the typical hustle and bustle of the holidays. This Christmas, as you hang your stockings and sip the hot chocolate, take a moment to celebrate the true reason for the season. Love, hope, and joy brought to us on that first Christmas night. Share kindness, offer forgiveness, and embrace the love that came to us that holy night. From the entire team at Edwards, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Progressive knows road trips without your pet can be tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing New Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals, and it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with New Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See shelter agents Brian Kress, Monica Reiners, or Caleb Green in North Little Rock today.
Out of Bounds, live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio.
Wherever you are, whoever you are, wherever you are, whoever you are.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. I'm Wes Moore, live at War Memorial Stadium. He is Joe Franklin, back in the studio. Joe, I'm in the press box looking down at the field, and the Bryant Hornets have arrived. Got a couple players walking around on the field right now. It is not quite 4 o'clock. Game starts at 6:30 tonight. So, actually, kickoff is at 6:40, and our coverage on the Buzz begins at 6:30. Man, it's going to be a great game. And look, it's going to be a great weekend. You think of everything going on in Central Arkansas with the state championship games, Bryant-Bentonville tonight. Tomorrow you got the 5A and 6A state championship games. You got the Razorbacks in North Little Rock. You got Arkansas State and Little Rock playing at the Jack Stevens Center. It's just a full sports day tomorrow. And then you throw in nationally what's going on with the championship weekend and all the great football games. It is. It's a great couple of days, and you stretch it into Sunday and Monday. It's going to be a fun weekend for us.
Oh, it really will be. And some of those NFL matchups, too. It's coming down to these last 5 games, and a lot can be shaken out with some of the matchups that are happening this weekend. It'll be the start of it where now it seems like teams are wrapped up in the point of the season where every week it seems like they're in a playoff game.
Yeah. Hey, what's your take on Pickens? What did you see anything last night? What was his deal?
So I didn't get a chance to watch a lot of the game, but some of those same things arose from what was talked about with Steelers. If the team is winning and the vibes seem to be good, then he's really high. But when there seems to be like a lull with the team and the team may be struggling, he seems disengaged at times, and he seems like and especially on plays where he knows the ball isn't coming his way, it seems like he's just going through the motions. And so coming into this season, that was kind of the label that was put on him. But then being with a new team and being, I hate to say when, teams or players are motivated or whatever the case may be, but maybe could be some motivation because he is in a contract year and you've seen the best of him, but you still at times see some glimpses of what he's being knocked for. And last night that was the talk, that it was a case of him kind of falling back to what has happened with him here recently.
That's a bad time for it to happen in a game like that. You need to win, and then CD goes down with the concussion, and you need to be the guy, and he's not there for the team. That's a bad look in the worst possible time, honestly, for him and for the team.
Absolutely, it is. Now, when you said that, like, you turned it on and you saw the score flash and the game was over, early in that game, it was 27-9. Lions had a sizable lead. And before you knew it, Cowboys made a bit of a comeback in that second half, and it was a 30-27 game. So the game got close, and then Lions were able to score a couple of touchdowns in the end, held Cowboys to a field goal, and that's why you see that the score looked stretched out. But it was like that in the beginning of the game. So Cowboys, they made a run at it, and I guess maybe there was some talk of them being disengaged once Lions were able to stretch that lead out again down the stretch of the game.
Well, now it's going to be tough. I bet. I guess the only way the Cowboys can make the playoffs is to win out. They need the Eagles to lose some games. I don't see them catching like the 49ers, or because right now they've got the last playoff spot with 9 wins. You'd almost need the 49ers to finish with all losses and one victory, and it's going to be tough to do. They were pretty much in a place where they needed to win out. Now they got to win out and get some help to have any chance of making the playoffs. And with the concussion with CD, at least they got a little extra time before their next game a week from Sunday night, and maybe he can come back from concussion protocol, but who knows? Maybe a lot to ask for that. So anyway,
all they can do is their part. Their part is you go win games, and you can't really worry about what's happening around you. Now, you pay attention to it because it does affect you, but all you can do is control what you can, go win games, and if other pieces happen to fall into place, then that's just a benefit for you.
I wanted to check real quick and double-check, see if there was a Arkansas special for the game coming up tomorrow at North Little Rock. You got some of the double R prop bets are out right now for the game on Saturday, but I don't see any lines for the game, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. That'll be coming out sometime this evening, early this evening and tomorrow. I hear the music. I'm going to get ready for Bryant-Bentonville. Man, it's going to be a huge matchup. Undefeated teams, number 1, number 2 in the state for most of the year. Both of them would come from behind victories in the semifinals. A rematch of last year's 7A championship game. It's going to be an awesome game. I hope you can join us on the Buzz. I'm actually doing this game on the Buzz, doing some radio with Josh and Coach Withrow. It's going to be a fantastic game. Joe, I hope you have a good weekend. Hope you can catch some of this 7A championship game and some of the mini conference championship games over the weekend.
We'll definitely turn some of it on. You have a good weekend also.
Thank you. We'll be back here Monday with Clint Sterner and a lot to recap. It'll be a huge weekend recap thanks to Fleet Management Services. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll be back here after Drive Time Sports with the 7A state championship game.
Hey, everybody, it's Howie at Robert Irwin Jewelers.